Today, I am very proud to announce that we have arrested James P. Eaton, E-A-T-O-N, a 36-year-old male from Palatine, Illinois, for the 1997 homicide of a child victim named Amber Gail Creek. I want to bring you back for a moment to that very cold February day in 1997. On February 9th, 1997, two hunters discovered the partially clothed body of a young female in the Karcher Wildlife Refuge in the town of Burlington in the southwest corner of western Racine County. She had been beaten, sexually assaulted, and murdered. Through the careful crime scene processing of our deputies and investigators, and with the assistance of the Wisconsin Crime Laboratory and the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office, we were able to recover a number of latent fingerprints from the plastic bag and the offender's DNA from Amber's body. The latent fingerprints from the bag were entered into the Wisconsin fingerprint database from the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory to be compared against all current and future fingerprint contributors, as well as latent fingerprints from other unsolved crimes already in the system. Unfortunately, no matches were found at that time. Scaled photographs of the latent fingerprints were also sent to the FBI and the crime laboratories in each of the other 49 states. Amber's identity remained unknown for the next 16 months. After hundreds and hundreds of investigative hours poring through countless reports of missing children matching Amber's description, we were finally able to identify her. And when I say we, I mean investigator at the time, John Hanrahan. Immediately upon identifying Amber, we formed an investigative task force to catch her killer. We received assistance from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Wisconsin Department of Justice, the Rolling Meadows Police Department, the Palatine Police Department, the Chicago Police Department, and the Illinois State Patrol. Now, the break in the case. On February 28, 2014, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation Latent Evidence Unit contacted the Wisconsin Department of Justice and reported a hit from the latent fingerprints on the bag that was found on Amber's head, and with those known fingerprints of James P. Eaton. James Eaton had been previously fingerprinted in Illinois for relatively minor offenses. The Wisconsin Crime Laboratory has confirmed that the latent fingerprints on the plastic bag found on Amber's head are indeed that of James P. Eaton. Eaton had not previously been a suspect, nor was he even mentioned in our investigative reports. Immediately upon receiving this new lead, sheriff's investigators launched an in-depth investigation into Mr. Eaton. That investigation included physical surveillance of Mr. Eaton by two of my investigators. After several days of surveillance, investigators were able to recover a partially used cigarette discarded by Eaton as he waited for a train that was late in the metro Chicago area. That cigarette was taken to the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory, and after analyzing the DNA taken from the cigarette Eaton was smoking and comparing that DNA to the offender's DNA that was taken off of Amber Creek's body, the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory reports that the offender DNA belongs to James Eaton. Now, over the last 17 years, we have dedicated thousands of investigative hours to bring this tragic and senseless murder to some sort of resolution. And I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today, that day is here. Eaton has been arrested for first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse, and he is sitting in my county jail right now, in the Racine County Jail, on a $1 million bail.